one of the teams that was involved in the 20,000 Days Beyond 20,000 Days campaigns was looking at patients with long-term conditions who also had mental health issues, and it was a recognition of the critical factor there was peer support. So patients who also suffered from similar conditions supporting other patients, and in their work that they did, they used the Stanford model for promoting self-support and self-management support, I should say. And so we are taking that idea that if we get closer to the front end, work with patients who have long-term conditions, in enabling them and empowering them to manage their conditions better, and for the system to support them with that, then we'll be even having a greater effect across the system for the depression. So that's in the very early stages. It's just starting out, but I think is really where we need to be. When I first came on board, I thought that would be where we were at, but we had to deal with what we could at the start. So it's really nice to see that we're making that shift further to the front end and taking more people with us along the way. All of the teams that are involved in that, they're not just all focusing on mental health and long-term conditions. They're coming from all different parts of the system, people with different conditions, and they're working on within their teams their own aims and how they will address this. And there's quite a range. Some will be using new technologies, like using apps that provide that support, but some will be a basic approach. And so it's quite a range, but that's what's really nice about this. And when you bring all the teams together, they share their ideas amongst each other, and you get that nice mixing of those ideas. And so some of what we start out does change as they go. The teams actually adapt to the changes as they learn new things. One thing we've certainly recognised is the power of a formal collaborative, like running a collaborative series, is the power of that exchange of ideas and bringing teams together. The benefit of having a set time frame, because that really focuses people to get on and do the work, and we're not all just sitting around. We really encourage people to be proactive and be active. And the critical thing is having leadership support. So a key success factor for us was the real focus for our chief executive and also for our executive leadership team. They were right behind us. We had some good middle management support, but we worked on that to get better middle management, because that's often what's forgotten in all this. And so that's another critical thing to focus on, making sure that we get middle management supportive of the teams doing the work. And then the critical bit really ultimately was having lots of patient involvement and patient direction of where the teams were going. At the start we weren't so good, but that's where we're now getting to this with the self-management support. Obviously it's all about patients, so we have much better involvement from the front end, if you like, of the patients. And things that didn't work so well is still just as important for us. So one critical bit was being adaptable. So we had one team who thought they knew what they wanted to be doing, and they started out testing it, and then they realised that actually this was back at the start of the 20,000 days. They realised it wasn't going to give the gain that they wanted, and so it was great. They recognised that, and they changed track and went down another path. But that was vital to recognise it and stop what they were doing. And the nice thing for this was that they had the permission to do that. It wasn't that they were going to be castigated for being a failure and kicked off the team. They still stayed in there and they just changed track. Sometimes you actually learn even more from the stuff that doesn't work. And we're trying to do this thing, what they call the double learning. We're trying to learn what it is and what we've learned. And particularly at our level, as being involved running the campaigns, lots of really good things that we know we need to do if we're doing more of these campaigns. It's like organising a conference. There's so much detail that you have to get right to make things run smoothly and make it work for everybody. And particularly if you're running these campaigns, you're bringing lots of teams who may or may not know each other together. The better that it all runs, then the better experience for them as well.